Welcome to my American History Notes. I'm discussing my conclusions from reading American history, studying American history. I hope that this will spur you to do your own study. I did use historians that I trust, whose conclusions I trust, and I also looked at primary sources when possible, diaries, laws, newspaper accounts, journals, letters, that kind of thing. And then of course I read the historians. So my conclusions might not be yours, but you should at least know about the topics that I'm discussing. So we were talking about Roger Williams and his impact on religious liberty in this country. Let's continue to talk about that and give some context and move on. The Puritans believed that they had found a new Israel, not merely New England, a Christian theocracy based on their brand of Christianity. The adult baptized believers, the ones that baptized adults after they had been baptized as infants and believed you needed to be baptized once you believed, admitted you believed, who were always at odds with the authorities, believed that this type of political religion, so prevalent throughout human history, from Nimrod's Babel through Assyria, Babylon, Rome, and through Europe's emergence, simply saw it as the reign of a new Antichrist. In fact, many of them, as they do today, saw theocracy without Christ physically at the head of government, as promised in the book of Revelation at the end time, as the political system by which the first horseman of Revelation chapter 6 would operate. The only difference between the tyranny of the papacy and the tyranny of the Reformation Church would be the name of the tyrant. Williams protested patents to John Cotton, who was incensed. Williams had started a fire. The Standing Order of Massachusetts government believed that the state had a duty to enforce the first table of the Ten Commandments, man's responsibility to God. Williams and others did not believe any citizen should be punished by law enforcement if he chose not to serve God. Sabbath breaking, holding unauthorized church services or Bible studies, and refusing infant baptism could result in imprisonment, confiscation of property, corporal punishment, and death. And I've said this before, and this was exactly what Williams opposed. The number one declaration of blasphemy against the first table of the Ten Commandments was rebaptism of an adult believer who had been previously baptized as an infant. Historically, enforcing the Ten Commandments was the province of government and religion's union of vision and purpose. The Donatists of the 4th century argued with Augustine over magistrates enforcing religious law, and Augustine won, using magistrates to kill Donatists. Pope Innocent III enforced the first table by killing Waldenses and Albigenses of the 13th and 14th centuries. John Calvin used this sense of propriety of the propriety of government to enforce the first table of the Ten Commandments to burn the heretic Servetus at the stake. The reformer Zwingli believed in government enforcing the first table when he drowned Anabaptists in Switzerland, and the reformers of England used this excuse when they burnt Joan Boucher and Welshman Edward Whiteman. Several million people were executed over the years in Europe by the Roman Catholic Church for the same reason. The Boston court approached the town of Salem, where Williams preached, and offered them a compromise. Get rid of your preacher or lose your beautiful beach at Marbleneck. The town, which had suffered horribly in darkness and witch trials, for which it was made famous for later, chose to keep the beach. The Boston court, rather than executing Williams, chose to banish him from Massachusetts in 1636. And we'll continue with Roger Williams and his impact later. So I thank you for watching. Have a great day.